don't have to stay long.
Fuck you.
Good evening.
Day. Hello, everybody.
It's been one of those
What
days.
up, Pete?
Okay. Let's see. Let's see if anybody wants to come and talk with thee.
It's gonna be a weird one tonight.
It's been a weird one all night.
It has. Yes, it has.
You know, I do want to say while we're getting started and seeing if people come on, there was a couple of things that we wanted to talk about. One, Joe, was very bizarre. The other day when we were doing the live, I'm not exactly sure what we were talking about. Oh, I was talking, funny enough, holy shit, Joe. Funny enough, I was talking about Law and Order.
Hmm.
Remember? And I lost my train of thought.
I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it happens, you know, you lose your train of thought, you go on to one another, especially me. I could pick up conspiracies where I left off, and so I get lost. It took me a few to remember what I was trying to get through. And before I even realized it happened to Joe. Not minutes after it happened to me. Just, he was talking about DEIs,
Mhm.
right, Joe?
Yes.
And then out of nowhere, he was like, you know, I fucking forgot what I was trying to get at. So it's now fine, it happens, but it happened to both of us within a matter of minutes. And I even said it to him. I said, Joe, it happens. But it didn't dawn on me that it just happened to me minutes prior to Joe. Um, I don't usually have that happen to me. And if it does, it's because it's not even because it does, I just go on to a different subject altogether.
It's very strange.
It was really strange, Joe.
Hmm.
These little coincidences. Now, I was talking about Law and Order, and I totally forgot what I was referencing, which was about boobs, by the way. I always work
Which
boobs into it somehow.
we all love
Mama,
boo.
what have we been discussing tonight? It didn't even dawn on me and just till now.
It hasn't been boobs, guys.
What?
It hasn't been boobs.
No, we weren't talking about boobs. We were talking about iced tea. Joe, are you done sharing?
Oh, what's up? What you
Can
need?
you I want you to share the iced tea video. Because when I share through Zoom, thank you, Zoom, everything freezes. So you can't see the video. You can hear it. So it's got to be Zoom because it's working on Joe's end. It's not YouTube.
Mm,
Let's see. Is anybody on? Do you know how to share, Joe? What are you waiting for?
yeah, I'm
Gotta
doing the
find
other
it.
things, Tim. No, I'm doing the
There's
other one.
nothing to find. It's in the three of
No,
our.
no, I'm doing the other one on the other sharing. Just chill out.
I don't know what he's talking about. All I know is
No.
freezing out here. Freezing. That's all I can feel is cold. Joe has the craziest things that come up, by the way, people. And usually it's naked women.
Yeah, yeah, this time it's not. This is an old friend of the family. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Joe, just share, please.
Okay.
Why wouldn't it be on top? It's so odd. There, it's right there. Down, down,
You passed it.
down, brother. That one.
This
That's
one?
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you sharing the sound?
Find out.
You'll be recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. This is where I'm
Rewind it,
going to
rewind
get.
it.
How's it going, sir? What's up, officer?
Officer Silla, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you're being recorded, okay?
I'm headed to the DMV. This is where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car. I got 7 cars. I'm trying to get them all straight.
You say you went to DMV yesterday? They said the system is down?
Yesterday, yep.
What time was your appointment yesterday?
I didn't have an appointment. They just take me.
You need to have an appointment to go to DMV.
I don't need one.
Why is that?
Because they know me.
You could have drive without a vehicle who was registered
say he's
and get
a-
this one
Can I
registered.
handle this? Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail?
I'm not going to take you to jail.
Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV?
I'm going to tow your vehicle. It's
No,
expired.
you're not. You're not finna tow my
Gonna tow
vehicle.
my vehicle.
Let me park my car right here.
What a
You're not going
piece
to move
of
your car,
shit.
sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm going to tow your
Stupid
vehicle.
New Yorkers.
No, don't touch me. Don't
Give me
like that.
Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This
Doesn't know what
Okay.
he's doing.
I am one.
Keep your distance.
I'm a foot away from
telling you,
DMV.
keep your distance.
You are a fucking asshole.
I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me.
He is an
You are
asshole.
I'm an asshole. I'm
He's
trying
an
to get to the DMV.
indoctrinated
I showed
cop
you all the
asshole.
paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
On April 11th, 2023,
So what do we all think about that? Where everybody, let me just get it out of my way and then everybody else can say where everybody is making fun of, he's a star. First of all, the young ass, stupid, indoctrinated cop did not know that Ice-T was a star. He was like, oh, he didn't even ask.
Hi, Susan. Right.
Good evening, Susan. He didn't even ask, like, why do they know you? Ice-T said he's trying to get all his cars straightened
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
He said that he went yesterday, which his registration, by the way, could have been good yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the DMV was down. Now whose fucking fault is that, New York? Then you have these little fucking cops, these little babies that know shit, right? They're learning from the indoctrinated system. Registration, license, you have to have your seatbelt on. $10,000 fine. Guess what, people? That's not sovereignty. That's bullshit. He's gonna have his car towed a block away from the DMV? Was he driving stupidly? Was he drunk? Joe said a very good point. The cops are there to protect and serve. There used to be the time that the cops would be like, all right, yeah, I get it. Yeah,
you're right there. No
you're
worries,
right
man.
there. What the fuck is the big deal? If he had known that he was a star, fine. But obviously, the young, stupid cop, and I will call him stupid until he learns
I was wrong. I was
that it was
wrong.
wrong.
He
That
was in
was
the
so
wrong.
fucking. Where's the? This is the fucking holidays. Where's the friendliness? New
Yeah.
Yorkers doing that? New Yorkers not putting out a person on fucking fire by Coney Island on the F train? Should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all fucking bad. I'm
I've
so
been
happy
saying,
I left.
man.
Indoctrinated motherfuckers. Learn your sovereignty, you
It's
idiots.
sad to see things like this happen. It shouldn't be happening.
I read the comments and they're all making fun of Ice-T. Are you fucking kidding me? He's just a man like the rest. So what? He has
That's right.
7 cars.
Ice-T is not in the wrong, man.
I don't think so.
Ice-T
My
is
husband
not
said
in
they
the
were
wrong.
both assholes because Ice-T kind of picked it up pretty fast.
Hey, remember
but
remember
the
what
cop
they made
got
me
him
do?
a block away from the DMV. Of course you're gonna
Carol,
be
hey,
pissed.
Carolyn, do you remember
New
what they
Yorker
made me
wouldn't.
do? You
What?
remember what they made me do with that little car of mine? They made me drive it all the way down to the DMV without a license plate, without anything on it, so that they could verify the VIN.
That's right. I do remember that. The
I
VIN
had to
number.
drive it there. I had to drive it there so that
But
they
that's
could
okay.
verify it. I had to drive that car illegally. What if I got pulled over? Man, can you imagine
That was
that?
probably the plan.
This kid, the point is this cop needed his quota done. That's bullshit, people. It's absolutely horrific.
Well, New York State is hard up for money. Now, let me tell you what
No.
happened with my
And whose
son.
fault is that?
Let me tell you what happened with my son.
This is
He's a
interesting.
Nassau County police officer.
He left the
Okay?
NYPD, but PD, what, by the way?
Okay.
They don't have like regular police stations and lockers like New York City does.
Right.
What they do is they pick up their car that they're going to be riding around in for the night and relieve the day driver that was driving the car. So he has to park his car somewhere.
Right.
His car happened to get stolen.
Huh.
Right.
And it ended up in Brooklyn. Now, my son lives on Nassau County, which is no longer New York City. So a couple of hours later, they found his car because he's got a Sirius radio in the car. So they tracked the car.
Right.
And they found it in Brownsville, New York, which is a shoddy neighborhood. Really shoddy.
Yeah. It's the projects in Brooklyn.
Well, one of the projects, yeah.
Section 8.
So anyway, they did have a couple of New York City cops sitting on the car waiting for Nassau County to come and tow the car. But now my point is about the money. Do you think that this asshole that stole the car, that his car still reeks of pot? They found 6 sets of prints. Now, they could be anybody's. It could be his. It could be his wife's. It could be his mother-in-law. Could be his son. It could be the guys that were working on the car before that. And they still don't know who stole the car. Okay? Now, there's cameras on every fucking corner where they can catch you for speeding.
Right.
Do you think that these scumballs that stole the car were doing the limit?
Oh, hell no, they weren't.
Or do you think they were speeding?
They were more than likely speeding.
Okay. So now my son is waiting for the tickets to come in the mail. And New York, they don't give a fuck.
They don't. This is the whole point.
They don't give a fuck. Because let me tell you something what happened with my husband. My husband had a medical episode. And he crashed his car into somebody's brickwork in front of their house.
Right.
Didn't hit nobody, didn't hurt nobody. Okay? They still made him pay those fucking tickets.
Right. Yeah.
Even though he had, I guess I could blame myself for that because I didn't tell them about the medical episode, but maybe it would have worked and maybe it wouldn't.
Shouldn't they have looked at
right now, the city is looking for any dime they can fucking squeeze out of anybody.
Yeah, as long as they squeeze it out of
Including
somebody
Ice-T.
else besides themselves.
tow the car? That's exactly it. And that's what
And
the
they were
quotas are
raised.
all about. The quotas have always been about. I will never ever forget, and I've mentioned this live before. The pregnant woman, a young pregnant girl, she was in her early 20s, sitting on the subway steps. In other words, there's a couple of sets of stairs you go down, right? You go down into the subway, the first flight, you pay, you go through the turnstiles, right? And then usually the subway is not on that same platform. Usually you go down another flight. She went down that flight, probably got tired because she's fucking like 7 months pregnant, sat down, and the fucking cops, and I'm talking, this is 15, 20 years ago, because I was around her age, I think. They gave her a ticket for loitering. A pregnant woman at rest.
They also did it during the scamdemic to a pregnant woman.
I heard
She
that
had
one
another
too.
child with her.
It's
They
just ridiculous.
arrested her. They arrested her in front of her kid.
No, no, people. That's communism. Okay. These
It is.
quotas are communistic.
Yes, they
You,
are.
why stop a guy that's a block away from the DMV when about 4 blocks down somebody is probably getting murdered?
Yeah. It's
Fuck
not a
you, New
business.
York, and fuck
It's not a
you,
business.
Hochul or Hochul, or
Right.
fucking stick it up that fucking cunt of yours, you motherfucking piece of shit. I'm so
These
pissed.
people need to keep running
Pissed.
it like a business because it's not a business. It isn't. It isn't.
It's not how they're running it. They're cheating.
Yeah.
They're taxing you. They're
Yeah.
making you pay fines in the city.
Because
Joe, you
they
have
need
to
more
go to
money.
the machine, right? If you want to park, like say on 86th Street, which is six
Right.
blocks away from where I used to live.
Mhm.
I've told you this. It's a very
Right.
busy area, hundreds of people. Modell's was one of it's not Dick's, it's Modell's. They have Zales jewelry. They had, all these big stores.
Mhm.
You have to park there, pay for an hour. I think it's only an hour it gives you for 4 fucking quarters or something. You got to put it inside your car. This already is taking up too much of people's time. All right. Then you have to make sure. What if you're working there? What if you work in one of those damn stores? What do you have to come out every fucking hour? I know I had to do it for people at the bar. I don't mean people drinking at the bar. Well, yeah, they could probably drink at the bar until it stops at like 7 p.m., right? And then you don't get tickets. What nonsense is this? Where does that money go? It goes right into their fucking pockets. That's why you're damned. That's why you have to leave the shopping mall every hour to go and get another ticket, which, you know, doesn't just cost money, it costs a lot of time. I don't know if it's 2 hours or whatever, but still ridiculous.
Wow.
I think the longest on those stupid new machines are 90 minutes.
There you go.
Your shopping places are really wild because our places out here, we have like malls, right? And they have free parking. So we don't have that problem.
This is on the avenues, Joe.
You know,
We're not
we have
okay.
a lot of
Let me
ours are
try to
free parking.
let me try to explain it.
Even
It's
on ours are
4
free parking.
a.m.
Right.
Shush. It's 4 fucking a.m. in the morning and I'm starving. And I want a beer. I could go to 90 bars that I know, well, about there probably, that are open all night that still cook. That's New York. And I don't have to drive there. It's within like, 5 minutes of my walking area. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's very true. I go down the block, it's open 24 hours. I want to grab a 6-pack. It's fucking 8 a.m. I could grab a 6-pack. That's how New York is. It's always busy. And that's just a suburb. That's just Brooklyn. Fix it up, idiots. Pull a Giuliani out of your asses, huh?
Yeah.
Those days are gone.
I don't think so. I think
Those days are long fucking gone.
they're gonna return with Trump with triumph. Because Trump loved New York.
Well, he's a New Yorker.
All right. What's your subjects, Joe? I'm like, guys, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Too much control. They had too much control. You're talking to a sovereign person. I'm extremely sovereign. I studied it, I taught it, and I tried to live it. So for me to hear crap like this, just ooh. Sorry, Joe. You're
Let's
pinging
move
me.
to
You're
another
going.
city. Let's just interrupt. Sorry. We have in another city, I guess it's in Dallas again. Hundreds of
Both of them were.
animals were killed after a fire swept through the shopping center. 579 animals died as a result of the fire.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, it's an exotic pet store. But that most were small birds, but were also chickens, hamsters, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. No exotic animals were found on the site at the time of recovery. The fire didn't reach it didn't reach the
Do
pet
they know
shop.
how?
The
Yeah.
fire didn't hit the pet shop. It was the smoke that entered the pet shop and killed all the animals.
And where
Smoke
was
inhalation.
where was the alarms? Where was everybody? What happened? Like why how did it start, first of all? Do we know?
This just talks about the the animals. So there was well, yeah, there was even more. They did rescue
Now,
some, like miniature pigs, guinea pigs, and rabbits were rescued. They even performed CPR on a tortoise and revived a puppy that was near death. But it
aw,
doesn't say it's there was a fire at a Latina Bazaar shopping center in Dallas. That's all it says. Fire broke out. And the smoke went into the pet store, and the pets died from smoke inhalation.
Inhalation, yeah. I just don't
Isn't that
understand how that
crazy?
wasn't. I mean,
That's
to get to 600 pets and not have a
now you
window?
gotta wonder what was around it, and wonder if you gotta fucking think. Was it an insurance job?
Right.
Was it
Oh, but
was it
for
the
animals too.
restaurant had a grease fire and got out of control? You know, they leave it up to your imagination
Yeah, I hate
because
that.
they're
yeah.
always fucking looking into shit and they never find nothing.
Right. And I
What could be
absolutely agree
anything?
with
I
that.
mean, it was in a Latina shop, right? Shopping center.
Latina?
All it says, but it doesn't tell you what store the fire
Wait,
actually broke
does it
out
literally
into.
say Latina Shopping Center?
Yeah. Plaza Latina Bazaar.
Ah, Latina is like a young lady, right?
Hmm. The
Spanish
Spanish
for young lady,
uh,
Latina.
uh,
A Latin girl.
It's a
right.
yeah, it's a,
The Latin girl.
a female Spanish.
Latin girl. Spanish girl, whatever.
Boy, boy, boy,
A
boy, boy,
girl
boy.
in her,
I
middle
wonder.
age, from teenager to young woman, 20s.
All right, Joe, we get it.
Right.
I love how he mumbles on. Teenager to young 20s. It's like, I'm just kidding. I told you I'm in a bad, but well, I'm supposed to, my New Year's resolution is making fun of Joe every day. So at least I have an excuse now, people. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll take it all back tomorrow. All right. So that's really sad and pathetic and doesn't sound quite right.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't, does it?
Mm-mm. How did it start? Where did it start?
And the thing is, listen to my logic here. Most of the time in these pet stores, I understand this is an exotic one in a mall. Now, if it's a mall, what happened to the rest of the mall?
It's a
Right?
strip mall. It's one of the little
So
strip
That's
malls.
what
still,
I was
it's
saying.
still
What was
next to
around
it,
this pet
Right,
shop?
right,
but most of
right,
the time it's concrete with cages, metal cages or glass. So I
right.
can understand the ones behind glass kind of getting the smoke in there and passing out and dying. But the cages, I mean, what? It doesn't,
Mm.
what went up? Do you know what I mean? What went up in this place? Did anybody go into like pet store? All right, maybe there's food and shit. It just it just doesn't seem likely that the whole place would burn. Well, you said they went up in smoke, so we'll just I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
did. It
I
was
don't
the
under
smoke. It was the smoke that killed the animals, not the fire.
Yeah, but still, 600 animals, there had to be some great fire and some great smoke.
Right,
Because just to house 600 animals, you have to have like an acre in the store. Well, you know what
right,
I mean. It's
right.
got to be a huge place. I don't know. Good evening, Susan. Good evening, Alan. Let's see. Alan says,
Doesn't make
question,
sense.
did Joe Biden give a presidential medal to George Soros and Hillary Clinton? Mama, you want to answer that? One went to Liz Cheney today,
In all
maybe.
actuality, he gave it to Soros' son because Soros wasn't there. And we all know why.
And Joe
But
thought,
Biden
Mhm.
liked to give all the pedos and all the scum of the earth
So did
these
Obama, yeah.
medals while he was in office.
Mhm.
What does that tell you? How anti-American he is, and how because Soros ain't American.
But yet he
Nope.
still
Those
voted for Trump.
those are the most prestigious awards, American awards that you can receive, and yet they give it to filth. Filth.
Yeah, but
Those
it's their
people are
own
filth.
people.
Still filth.
To them, it's not filth. They live a different life.
Still
No, they
filth.
just yes, and they just want to stick it in our face. Look
That's
what
right.
we're doing, and we're
Yes.
doing it publicly.
Because we can do it to you. Fuck
Well,
you,
why?
America.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that? To Liz Cheney. Why? Tell me why.
Damn it.
Because she's dead. They're gone. They're dead. They're all dead. They're giving medals to ghosts.
Well, instead of wasting all that gold, he could have given it to all those families of the dead soldiers who served this country
Right.
that they
That's
did
what it should have
nothing
went to.
for. See,
I
when
claim
Trump
my
was
son.
giving out those medals, he gave it to Gold Star families and stuff like that.
Yes, of course. That's who is supposed to get it.
Right.
Like these
Families that
beautiful people
sacrificed
that
that
did
all.
beautiful things.
Yep.
What did
Oh, I got it. He gave it to the ones that got caught but didn't get caught, if you catch
that
my
sounds
drift.
right? That sounds more like it. There's always a reason why. Susan says, "Hi, Mama. Hi, Joe." Susan says, "I claimed my sovereignty when animal control and the police were trying to take my dogs." Boom. God, I love you, Susan. Good girl. You can't let them win. You can't. It's hard too. It's really
It
hard.
is. It's hard to
I can't
stand
do
up
what
to
I
them,
used
too.
to do because now I'm married to John, and it's harder with John, but still, I'm I'm not my social security card does not have my married last name. So therefore, I'm still registered in New York. I'm here 9 years. I'm still registered in New York. I still live in New York, and they don't know what my last name is. Fuck you, government. They could probably find me now because they could probably find anybody now, but still, it was good when it lasted. It was good while it lasted. Let's see. Susan said, "That's true, Mama, from your last statement. They're evil and disgusting." Denzel Washington, too, Alan says. Yes, I believe that. Good
Mhm.
evening, Joseph Rogers. Good evening, everybody.
Good
Okay,
evening.
listen,
Good
while
evening.
I got you guys on the 13th, Monday the 13th, Joe, do we have a
Yes.
time?
What? 3 o'clock Mountain Time? Five
That's
o'clock Eastern Time? Or do you want to go six
no,
o'clock Eastern Time?
that sounds about right. What I
Which one?
think we'll do, all right, so we're going to say 5 o'clock Eastern time, if that's okay with most of you. You guys can come on early, so we'll get you situated on Zoom to make you feel comfortable. You can have your picture off. When you go on to Zoom, it asks, do you want your audio on? You want to say yes, because it's actually more difficult to turn it on while you're on Zoom. It's
Right.
easier to do it there. So when it prompts you, you say yes. You want your video on? Yes, say no. Or if you want it on and you want to come in banana hammocks, I don't give a shit. There was something about that Hermes. Did anybody else see that? The Hermes underwear that they're selling?
Mm-mm.
No. This should be
Later,
fun.
later. later. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, what's next, Joe? I don't know where I picked this shit up, and I don't want to know either.
Should we
What's
make
next,
fun of
Joe?
her?
Please.
So
Yes,
Zuckerberg
let's all
wants to
make
flood
sure
our
we have our
Facebook.
shirts on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's happened before here, so. All right, what is
Okay.
this about? You want to do the Teamster Dreamster?
No, listen. No. We're
Oh,
doing
listen.
Teamster,
Okay, okay.
Dreamster. No, I was. The next one is Mark Zuckerberg wants to flood your Facebook feed with AI friends.
Mark Zuckerberg wants to flood our Facebook. Our Facebook. It's not our Facebook, is it? With AI friends.
That's what he says, though. It's yours. That's how it reads. Let's see, who's this come
I know how it
from?
reads,
Right.
but it's baloney, isn't it? Okay,
Yeah, it
so
is. The same social media platform that has repeatedly censored conservative news and accused them of posting misinformation is now reportedly intending to flood your feed with AI generated user profiles and content. Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is betting heavily on AI to drive user engagement on its social media platforms in the coming years. The company envisions human users engaging and sharing content with AI just like they do with friends and family on Facebook and Instagram. Man, it's time to leave Facebook. The Financial Times reports the social media giant Meta is rolling out a slew of AI powered products aimed at attracting and retaining a younger user base across its Facebook and Instagram platforms. The company believes AI generated characters will eventually use its social network in much the same way regular user accounts do today.
that's the whole point. It's the same crap.
Yeah.
What, guys, what are bots? What are bots? Are they not AI?
They are.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. How do you think they got you to
So
buy
what?
Apple?
What is
Did you notice he said it wants to attract the younger
Right.
viewers?
Right.
Why don't you leave these freaking kids alone?
Well, that's how they got you
No,
guys to buy Apple. Because they gave Apple
hate
to the
Apple.
schools. All the kids learned Apple in the school.
I didn't.
They grew up
I didn't learn Apple in school.
well, most kids did. And when they grew up, all of them now have Apple. And some of them have talked their parents into getting Apple because they know the operating system works because they're used to it from school.
Oh, Jobs.
Oh, please. Let
His
me
name
tell
is
you something.
Jobs. That's not a dead giveaway.
Mm.
Apple is the hardest thing to get into.
What do you mean?
It's harder than PC. See, PC was the
Right. If
easiest.
you buy a tablet or a computer or whatever,
No way.
a
No,
phone,
absolutely not. No,
Samsung is easy to maneuver.
no.
Right.
Samsung is the best in protection out there. It is the best by far company in the
Yeah.
world.
That's what I
It
have.
doesn't matter. Apple is Apple. I don't want to go into that,
They
but
sent me an Apple phone.
huh?
I sent it back to them. I told them, I don't want this shit. I don't know how to fucking work it. I don't know what to do with it.
Apple is very simple and it connects only to Apple.
Right.
PCs connect to everything else. Samsung is the best quality. It really is, and I'm amazed that it became that way. But I'm so happy it beat out Apple. Apple is just we'll have to go into that one day. There's a lot of
Yes.
conspiracies around Apple, which I didn't I don't know. It was before I even knew that, but what I was talking about, Joe, was Bernie Sanders. That one interested me. But the AI is bullshit. Come on. They're asking me, and anybody who has a channel, I'm sure, will you allow AI to incorporate your stuff with AI or something like that? They want to use the channel to show AI, and I really don't give a shit, people. I don't know how much AI we've been talking to. I know there's tons of AI commercials out there. You might not even realize it, but guys, watch them. If the person is not talking, Like say they're supposed if they're talking like you see the person, but it pans away, right? And you don't see them talking, but you hear it, that's AI. That's a big clue. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not seeing them talk because talking is more money. So they
And
use
then
AI.
after they kick you out of your, what do you call it? And you trying to get back in, they got the nerve to ask you, "Are you a bot?"
Ba-dum-bum. True. True, true, true. Okay, let's hear about Bonnie. I don't accept new friend requests. Very good. Yeah, I only accept friend requests on Facebook. Sorry, Joe. Susan, if they have at least over 200 friends of mine at this point. At one point, it was like 50 to 100. Now it's like 300. If they don't have that many, they ain't gonna be friends of mine. Very
I don't
good.
Yeah,
even
you
know because
first of all,
I'm not really accepting.
you
All
gotta
right,
go
sorry.
to their page
Mhm.
and check them out.
I have no time for that. I could care less. Get more friends, then come back to me. Sorry. I'm in a bad mood. I vet every friend request I receive, right, Ellen? You see, I just can't. I can't even bother. I can't. A lot of requests have been mostly from widowers, and I'm married. Susan, that's interesting. Hello,
Well, yeah,
Dingy.
yeah. Everybody gets those
Susan,
things.
those are scam artists.
Yeah,
Right.
probably from
Well,
Africa
Susan, I
or
hope you come on the
India.
13th. Dingo, on the 13th, we're having a chat, open chat. Please be there. It's going to be 5 o'clock Eastern time, which is God knows 5 a.m. for you. I know. It's a little later than that. It might work out. Let's see. Okay. They're saying morning to him. Yeah. We're gonna have to whoop some ass. That's right, Alan. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's hear about Bernie.
All right. The Teamsters Union president and Bernie Sanders both do not like the H-1B visa program.
No.
The
Tell
Teamsters
us
Union
why.
president, Sean O'Brien, says the program displaces Americans from their jobs while allowing billionaires at the top of corporations to exploit foreign workers. Amid the debate regarding the H-1B visa program, which allows companies to import hundreds of thousands of foreign workers, primarily from India, to take white-collar American jobs, Senator Bernie Sanders blasted the program as nothing more than an outsourcing scheme. Remember, Trump likes it. Uh, who else likes it? Elon
Right.
Musk likes it. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't have
Vivek?
really have too much a problem with it. But I
No.
said this right now, we should stop all immigration right now, no matter who you are. Sorry that you want to come over here, but we should stop it right now until we get a handle of all this illegal crap. We get it
Well,
all
Joe, it
sent
wouldn't
back.
come into play until Trump was in office anyhow, which is another 2.5 weeks.
Well, the H-1B visas are already given out to certain people.
Well,
That's how they get
so
here.
what are you gonna do? It's
Just
already
put
out.
them on hold for now. I
Who,
don't say get
Biden?
rid of them.
Like, who do
I,
we have to
I
wait for
don't
Trump
say
for
get rid of them.
anything.
Well, I don't say get rid of them. I mean, it's a good way to get good, talented people to work here.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't
No,
Melania have
no,
one?
I don't. You know what?
I
I
mean, she
really
was a
don't know.
model, an international model,
Yeah,
right? So you'd
yeah,
imagine that she had one.
right. And I don't have a problem with those people at all. I don't have a problem with it.
Those
But,
people, that's
well,
what
whoever
I
has
had
to.
an argument with somebody in
No, man, I
our
didn't mean it
chat.
that way. I meant like I don't.
I
I
know.
don't have a problem with immigrating people immigrating here on that kind of a visa. I'm just saying all immigration should stop right now for now, just until we get a handle of the immigration problem we have.
I really,
That's
I
all I'm
want to
saying.
Can you share your the Soros meme?
The one I put up
Yeah,
earlier.
Joe. Yeah, the one that you put up 24 hours ago, according to you. Um, I had an argument with somebody, not an argument. I mean, I love everybody and their opinions on, well, any social media, any platform. But there's someone who said, they were saying about cheap Indian labor coming here. And oh, and I also have the vote out for Elon Musk. That's pretty good. Let me see if I could find it. Because as much as I agree that cheap labor is no good for anybody, the way this person put it was like, we can't mix cultures. Oh, what, you don't have it set up?
No.
Oh, that's bullshit.
You can't go onto our channel from, oh, I see, you only have, okay. No, we don't have the in our, and challenge is spelled with 2 L's, not
Oh, look at me.
semicolons. That's all right, take your time. So he was saying that cultures don't get along together. And that's why we're and challenge is spelled with 2 L's, not
Oh, look at me.
semicolons. Put
That's
it
all
on,
right,
take your
put it
time.
on mute.
You'll get used to it, to the left. You'll get used to it, Joe, don't worry. And listen, guys, watch what Joe's doing, because if you got to share, I want you to share.
Oh,
That's why everybody has the capability of sharing. All right, so you go to
Where am I?
go touch Trump's face on the bottom left. Right? Under Dallas. Stop moving, right? Okay. Go to community. There you go. Go to community. Calm your fucking tits if you had any. Jesus Christ.
I don't have it.
Not anymore.
I literally do not
There you
have
go.
it.
Read it. Read it and I'll finish what I was on about. Read
Interesting
it.
fact.
Yes.
Did you know that Mark Zuckerberg's real name is Jacob Greenberg? And he is the grandson of David Rockefeller. Zuckerberg in German is Sugar Mountain, their clandestine word for Facebook, no doubt, a mountain of information from which they can extract billions. The Rothschilds own nearly 10% of all Facebook shares, and Facebook was funded with $500 million USD from a CIA-owned bank, which is not a secret. Still think Facebook was created by a bored, no-name college student?
No. I never believed that, but anybody want
He
to talk about
stole it
that?
off his roommate in college.
No, he didn't. That's just the story.
That's the
This
story.
man gave
That's
it
not
to
what
him.
happened.
This
Because
man gave it to him.
do you remember, Joe? Do you want to continue? Do you remember how it
Go ahead.
happened?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is exactly how they used to do it in universities. They had a face with the name of every student. That's where the idea came from. And of course, they steal our ideas. It was somebody's ingenuity that said, oh, we got to keep tabs on all these kids. They're graduating, they're not taking the right classes, they need this and that. We need to match the name to the academics, to their faces. Facebook. And that was done in the late 50s, early 60s. All right? That's where the idea came from. Fact. It was stolen because these assholes could hear us. They had devices out. It was a stolen idea. these guys are all dead too, people. Who doesn't believe me on that? These guys are dead. Look at Zuckerberg. Does he look alive to begin with?
No, he
No.
hasn't looked alive for years.
And remember his twatter, what he wrote on Twatter about adrenochrome, mama?
No, it escapes me right now.
Yeah, there's an actual a tweet from Zuckerberg talking about getting some adrenochrome on. Now, I know you guys know what adrenochrome is, right? I don't have to.
Was that when he was having the barbecue in his backyard
It was, all I remember is it was a
and the
picture of him at the
kids were
beach.
on, and he said something about the kids were on the grill? His kids?
Ooh, I remember that too. No, that was not the same. This was a picture of him at the beach. I'm not sure. Um, it really doesn't matter. The fact is, I think he was gone by then. People, these guys are gone already. It's all a fucking show. I mean, I can't say every little thing is, but a lot of it is. Especially if it doesn't make sense, like the damn Cybertruck, where the fucking license survived, but the man did not. He was burnt to a crisp that they couldn't tell who the fuck he was. And
Yeah,
Mama
the
had a
piece
very
that
good,
he supposedly bought was burnt. That was a very heavy piece of machinery that he supposedly have blew his brains out with. And
yeah,
if you're gonna blow your brains out, the gun would not be landed at your feet.
there you go. Um, did you send Joe, Mama, that young kid that was talking about it?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if we want to, it's probably like 10 minutes long, but one of the
No,
things
it's
that,
not 10 minutes long.
yeah, it was like 9 minutes long or something. I'm not going to play that, but let's see if we could pick out some of the interesting shit, like the email. Remember, I was talking about it this morning, but all that was true. Now all these guys, even the interviewer, are all part of the army. They're all
Yeah.
military people.
Hmm.
Even the guy that got this email, right?
Yeah.
The names I don't know. So now these other kids
Understood.
breaking it all down, and he's looking at the email. This wasn't an email that the guy um was sent. It was an email that the guy wrote. And you know how you know? Because the kid said it. There's the red squiggly lines under it, meaning that word's not right, or there's a spelling error or something. There were
Yeah,
other things.
there was a lot of mistakes in the spelling.
Right. So when you see those red squiggly lines, that's you doing it. It wasn't already sent to you.
That's right.
So
And you want to hear something else?
there was more. Yeah, go on.
This was sent by the guy who
Stop sharing,
supposedly
Joe.
blew his ass up after he was blown up.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. It was something like that. It would have to be, Joe, stop sharing, Joe.
Yeah.
It would have to all be in the same amount of time or something like that.
And it
It's good.
wasn't the guy who they claim it is also because they matched whatever DNA they can get off him, off his kid.
Off his
And it
kid.
don't match
Right.
unless the wife was screwing around and had a kid by somebody else.
Yeah.
What
Probably
are the
was.
chances, right?
Greatly. Great. Very big.
So so why? Why did this happen?
I don't
Can
know,
anybody
man.
tell me?
Weird. I don't know. I don't.
Okay,
No?
here's another one for you. How are news reporters and the other asshole from New Orleans, why are they waltzing around that apartment free and clear when it's supposed
The
to be a
FBI let him
crime
in.
scene?
FBI let him in.
Right.
Okay, this is why I told you what to ask to yell at the FBI on Monday.
You shall.
Gotcha.
Total
Um,
setup.
They
so do
left
we
the
have,
Like
warrants
I
there
said,
on the counter. Come on, they left the warrants on the counter after they
just
busted
like I
the door
said in the
in.
beginning. Yep, I knew it. It's a setup. It's a freaking setup.
but that's it. For who?
I
What is
don't
that
know.
set up for?
I
Does it
don't
make
know.
any sense? Did it
No.
really distract us from anything else? Is
Yeah,
Trump
because
not
that's
going to
all.
be inaugurated
You know.
because of
You know
this?
what? Now all they've been talking about is the white guy in the Cybertruck. They haven't even been talking about the other guy in New Orleans that killed all those people. Just the white guy in the Cybertruck.
Yeah,
Only
and
the
the other
white
guy
guy
was
in the Cybertruck.
studying Islam and all that other shit. And he had
Right.
an ISIS flag in the back of
Right.
his truck. And another coincidinky.
They all
Why
went
did
to
those
Fort Bragg.
barriers, why were those barriers taken down all of a sudden?
Right.
Because they were out of commission.
Oh,
Why
I didn't
is
know
it
that.
every time something's supposed to happen, cameras break, barriers break, and all kinds of shit?
Oh,
If this
that's
You
shit
know it.
ain't all
right.
fucking planned.
They weren't working. That's right. I did
Total fucking setup.
because
But why?
it's a snow job. It's
Yes.
Like when
fake.
Epstein
Yes.
disappeared. Like when Epstein disappeared. His cameras that were on him 24/7 up till the day he disappeared were in working fucking order until the night he hung himself
Right.
with toilet paper.
With toilet paper. Get the fuck out of here.
Are we understanding why they're trying to wake us up this way?
Toilet paper.
It's fake. It's all fake news. Not all of it. I can't say all of it. But I guarantee like 90% of the shit we're hearing is fake fucking news because Trump has only been saying that since day one.
Right.
You must listen to the man. It's fake news. You're fake news.
And remember what I was saying that once Biden said that I know that's not Biden, but let's just give him a pat on the back. Once he said we're gonna make this a smooth transition, did I
Yeah.
not tell you? Did I not tell you there will be fucking distraction after distraction after distraction to take our minds off Trump getting back in that White House?
I don't
Yes.
see that at all. How is any of it a distraction from Trump getting into the White House? Trump getting into the White House is much bigger than a guy ramming into anybody because it's been done before. We've had tons of people run into parades with cars, how about the Boston bomber?
Hmm.
It didn't stop life, neither did 9/11. And if 9/11 happened tomorrow, Trump will still be inaugurated on the 20th at 12 p.m.
Okay, here's another one for you.
I don't
Granted.
believe it. It's not
I grant you
disrupting
that one.
nothing. It's not disrupting nothing, people. We're too smart for that. And that's what they're trying to show us.
Yeah.
That we're awake. Okay?
How come they got all this info and all this intel on the guy that shot the healthcare worker, but they're still working on trying to find out who shot Trump in Pennsylvania in July?
Oh, that was the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Routh, right? That guy. He
Mhm.
was also
Yeah.
visited Fort Braggs with these other knuckleheads for
Right.
years.
Right.
Okay. If he's been doing it for years and Trump was president, right? He's gonna know that something bad was going down in Fort Braggs. And if Trump, and I'm not saying Trump, when I say Trump, I mean the military, I mean Q. Okay, I explained this earlier today. When it comes to the Republic, the Marines and the Navy, am I saying yes? The Marines and the Navy were always pro-Trump. They wanted change. They wanted out of this fucking mess that they were seeing. It was the Air Force and the Army that was still stuck being libtards. There's no way that the Q didn't find all this. And people, I will say this again. Trump was aware since 1999. it's become obvious to me that when he started bringing up Obama's birther, it was already planned that he was supposed to do this. 10 years in plan. I mean, they didn't know Obama would be the next, but they knew something was going to happen. They knew somebody that they didn't want, because we haven't had control of our presidents since Nixon. That's why I know
You want to
Carter
know
is
why?
a
Because these elections are just a waste of fucking time.
these elections
Because
are all of their elections,
they
not
already
ours.
know who's gonna sit in the office that
Correct.
they're voting for.
Well, they voted for it. They voted Obama over Hillary. They did it. There was no way we were going to win. And if you don't think that Trump and Q didn't know that they were supposed to lose in 2020, then it's time for everybody to really get out your conspiracy books. He wasn't supposed to win in 2020. He wasn't supposed to win in 2016, according to them, right?
Right.
Where's Fort Bragg?
That is Alabama, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. You have a computer, though.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick. Fort
I
Bragg.
want,
Isn't it in Jersey?
that's what I thought. It was in New Jersey, but I might be
I
wrong.
don't
So
know.
don't say anything.
Fort
Alabama sounds
Bragg.
like a good guess, too.
This is California.
Is it? Fort
Is it
Bragg,
really?
Braggs.
Yeah.
Is anyone talking about the drones now? Now,
North Carolina.
I was just
North
gonna bring
Carolina.
that up.
Alan, like a
Fort
day after
Liberty, former
Christmas or
Fort. Yeah,
during Christmas, I forgot exactly. I said it. Where'd the drones go?
it's North Carolina. Fort Bragg is North Carolina. There's
North
Fort Bragg,
Carolina. Let me
California
guess. Is
too.
it off 84 or that highway that you were talking about where
Wow,
the
right?
truck
You
driver
know
got
what?
stopped?
I
Let's see.
don't
Let's put all
know.
this
Let
shit
me pull
together
up.
now, people.
God,
Is it, Joe? Does it happen to be along that same highway that truck driver was stopped with all that crap in the back of his truck?
let's look. Hold on.
Apparently, this military dude in the cyber truck didn't have like guns and stuff, except for that one gun that he shot himself with. He had fireworks. Am I mistaken? Isn't that what the kids? They were all fireworks.
Yeah.
What? So what? He was going to go out with a bang, and then a bang on top of it. What was it? It's fake, dudes. It don't make sense. The
Hmm.
the good administration is trying to wake you up all over this world. Are you still looking, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alan already says North Carolina,
It is North Carolina.
and they don't want to let the inauguration happen. This is
No,
them trying to survive. I don't think so, Susan. They're dead. They're all gone. There's no money. There's no people. Who's complaining? The only people I see out there now are the good guys, like Rob Schneider. Mama showed me earlier, saying all this bullshit of what they tried to do to us. There's no
no, it's closer to 95.
it's closer to the east side.
Yeah, to 95 by Fayetteville.
By Fayetteville.
Mm-hmm.
I've stayed there a
Actually,
couple.
just north. It's north of there, like almost like northwest,
Oh, oh, I
above Donnie Boone.
yes, I know where it is. Oh my
Mhm.
God, I've passed it a billion times. We go on 95. I don't know. We've gone on 95 100 times in 9 years. I know exactly where it is now. The name sounded familiar, but that's why I thought it was New Jersey because, I'm in New Jersey a lot. Holy shit. Um, like I was saying, I really think they're all gone. They had no, while Trump was in office, he took the Federal Reserve. If he didn't do that, we couldn't develop a gold backing NESARA. NESARA was brought to light decades ago.
Yeah.
You know when NESARA was supposed to come out? Mama, do you know when NESARA was supposed to come out?
No.
9/11.
But they already brought it out, didn't they?
What?
They started it in other countries, haven't they?
Yes. Yes, now they have, yes. But I'm talking about way back when, right? We were supposed to have Nasera, Bill signed it in, George was supposed to push it through, but what happened, guys? 9/11 happened. The financial towers. How are we supposed to do anything with gold and money when the financial towers are down?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Never mind
World
it
Trade,
being a
the
huge,
the World Trade Center, right?
correct.
Yeah, that's right. Huh?
Get it?
And
And
didn't a whole
Everything now
shitload
was
of gold
broken now.
disappear?
listen to mama. Wait, go on, mama. Say
Didn't
it.
a whole shitload of gold disappear from
What
Yeah.
what was it,
building,
the
mama?
Pentagon?
No,
Mm.
Bill. Well, I don't know if there probably was shit in the Pentagon too, but
And
I
there
think
was gold stored in the basement of the Twin Towers.
it was the building 7,
That I
the
don't doubt.
last building to collapse that
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
don't doubt that.
I mean, if you watched it, that building was up the whole day and then boom, boom, boom. Are you serious? Come on, people. So if I imagine that that's all right, and that Trump already knew this, and I say Trump again, but I mean Q and the team and the army and whatnot, military, right? If they knew this way back then, you think that none of this was this was not a 4-year plan.
No.
This wasn't a 6-year plan, a 10-year plan. This was a 70, 80-year plan. And it
Well,
became, it went into fruition. If you wish, I can never say that damn word.
fruition.
Fuck you.
The
Um,
word is bigger than HUD, Joe.
exactly. Well, thanks a lot. In 1999, I could take it. If I could
Thank
deal
you.
it out, I could take it. So in 1999, what was
Hmm.
1999? Anybody know?
Yeah.
It was the
Y2K.
Event Horizon.
Y2K.
I was just gonna say that right before everybody was preparing for Y2K.
No, the computers are gonna do
Also, which all the computers were supposed to go down.
it. I guess you knew they weren't going to go down.
That whole thing made absolutely no sense. I don't know why people went. It made no
I know.
sense.
It
Eh,
didn't. There was no way they could go
Anybody
down.
worked with computers knew. So like why? So it had to be the bad guys that knew all this shit.
Mhm.
The bad guys are the ones that spread the news.
Scare you.
It always is.
There is one.
Gotta scare you.
Okay, so Nicera. Okay, so Alan is asking what Nicera is. Okay, so Nicera is the bill. It means national. Jacera is global. Where we go to our original financial state of gold-backed money. So paper money is nothing. It's nothing. It's not even worth the linen it's on because
It's a
it's only like
promissory note.
5% linen. What?
It's just a promissory note.
It's a promissory note. It's an IOU.
That's all it is.
But if we have like gold backing it, which is
Mhm.
what Nasera was supposed to do, then that IOU is backed. It has something
It's valid.
physical worth money in the bank.
It's valid.
That's why they got all these commercials on TV about buying gold. I don't know who watches TV anymore, but
I
about
mean,
7 or 8 times a day, these commercials are coming on where people have their money and they turned it into gold because it's
yeah,
physical. You could always have it and always use it as you need it.
Okay. Why is gold important?
I don't
it's
know, but for
inspiration.
the past, I'd say since the scamdemic, a lot of people were saying to turn all your money into gold and silver.
I told my mother about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and she did a good job too. Gold went up almost double since then. That's why you do it. Gold can go up in value. a $1 bill will always be a $1
Be
bill.
a $1 bill.
You understand? I don't know if that's the best way I've found out to figure out how to explain it. And
No, it's spot on. It's spot on.
good. Now, gold is what? It's a metal. It's a conductor. It's one of the softest metals in the world.
But yet the
Now, these are
densest.
things that we know about it. It looks pretty on our hands and fingers. We adorn it. You know, kings always wore it. But why? Why not iron? Right? Why not steel? Why gold? Could we use steel for everything? Tell me why gold. What's in gold? Right? I'm trying to get you people to think. I don't want to give all the answers right away. My answers might not even be 100% correct, but it's better than not thinking of any at all. Because we're so programmed that gold is gold, right? And that if you have a brick of it, you're worth fucking money. But why? We have tons of metals. What makes gold so important? What haven't they told us about gold? I personally am a believer that
Hi, Eric.
good evening, brother Eric Tate.
Yes.
I saw your Happy New Year's. Thank you. Happy New Year's to you.
Oh.
Hopefully you had a beautiful Merry Christmas. So gold is important for a few reasons. It is totally believed in the conspiracy world and ancient alien world that the aliens needed gold. And they're the ones that controlled us to go through the African tunnels and get that gold, right? I believe it is something we can ingest. It also might be why Trump is orange. Now, that's just a guess, but I've heard that gold in certain doses mixed with certain things, you don't just like eat gold, right? But it is soft, one of the softest metals. If you ever held 24 karat gold, it just bends, right? So what if it is something like that? I've also heard that it's a non-pollutant. It cleans up the air. Any pollution. So their whole green theory would be destroyed with a few 100 tons of gold, because that could clean up your air. That cleans up the society. That cleans up what's in your body, right? Now, gold is also a conductor, a very strong conductor. Now, what if we all had gold in our body? Just a little bit, just a tiny bit, not just on us, but in us. What would happen to all of us? Do we become that true collective? Do we think as one? Do we get that wavelength back that they destroyed? Because I guarantee everybody watching this right now knows that we only use like 10 or less % of our brain. Where's the rest of it, guys? I'm not going to sit here and settle for that. I want to know why. All right, so what if opening that brain is all of us put together? And what if there was something that they did or lied to us about that made us separate, that made our brains only work 10%, that made us disconnect? So what I'm saying here is you have an arm, and this arm, 90% of this arm is beautiful people. I'm just giving you an example. But you got these 4 fingers here that are assholes, right? Well, I always say you got to chop them off. We had to chop off the cabal. But these assholes, not necessarily. 90% of these beautiful people are going to be absorbing these 10% of assholes and saying, no, 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 live life beautifully. We are more than just physical fucking beings. We are spiritual, we are soulful, and there's so much more to us that no books alive, no books written at this point can explain. Okay. Anything else? Let's see. I burned the other 90% back in my health days.
Well,
Says
it's
me.
I
Says
found
Alan.
why they gold was so special. I looked it up. There's quite a few. You got everything right. Everything you said was right, but there's
Really?
more. Yeah, it says it's chemical inactivity. It's resistant to corrosion. Its durability, rarity, antibacterial properties, which you can. It's used in implants and pacemakers. Infrared reflectivity. It reflects infrared radiation.
Infrared,
Alloys, it can be
reflectors,
combined to make different alloys.
right?
Eating, you can eat it. Beauty, gold is attractive and lustrous,
I love
and that
puzzles.
gold is in the natural form. It's found that way. So
What I missed that last one. What is it
it
in its
in
natural form?
natural form. Gold is often found in nature in a relatively pure state, from tiny specks to large nuggets.
I'll say something. Have you guys ever heard like you cut a carrot in half and you see it's an eye, so therefore the carrot is good for the eye? You cut an
Correct.
apple or a pepper, it looks like a heart, so they're good for the heart.
Correct.
Well, do you know what it's called when you're mining for gold, what you're looking for?
A nugget,
Veins. You're
veins. Right.
looking for gold
Veins.
veins. I'm just throwing that
Mhm.
out there. You do what you want with it.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry, guys. This is not, I'm terribly into conspiracies. Do I believe them all? I don't think so, like 90% of them. But it just makes sense to me, some of this stuff. Why is it all hidden? Why is everything such a secret? There's too many
Why are we
questions
not
and
allowed to
not
know?
enough answers.
Right. Why are we not allowed to know?
Why are we not allowed to know? They always said, oh, everybody went through Egypt.
No, we
And
didn't.
they know everything about there is to know about Egypt. Well, yeah, the bad guys went through Egypt and stole everything. The cabal went and took all the fucking sarcophaguses and the sphinxes and all the little gold diamonds and rubies and
Whatever have you. Yep.
because they thought they could control us with it for the rest of humanity, of the rest of humanity's time.
Give them a little money, control
And Eric says, and the automobile industry as well. What does he mean by that? Well, we were talking about, what do you mean gold is good for what? Maybe, I don't know. We were talking about a few things.
them in the automobile. Yeah, they're good in the automobile industry too. See, gold has been used since at least 6000 BC for its beauty and symbolism. It's used in many devices, including phones, calculators, and computers, because it has the best conductivity.
This
Does
was
have
the
the
best I
best.
ever heard. That's great. This is the
Mhm.
best I ever heard about plastic. They're like, oh, we got to get rid of the plastic. Let's get rid of these straws and these 5-cent nickel bags so people can't carry. Are you fucking for anybody look at their phone? 60% of your phone
Plastic.
is made out of
Plastic.
Plastic.
60% of your computer is made out of your
Plastic.
refrigerator, your the drawers.
Clothes, your shoes.
But
Even the
getting rid of
fucking cars are
straws
made
and
out of
bags?
plastic.
Mhm.
Huh?
Even the cars are made of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have things in it that have plastic, not the whole thing.
Right.
There was that one guy, Mama, did you send it to me? The one guy talking about the women's rights? Because that would be like the last thing I'd want to go over tonight, and then I think we'll call it a night. Did you see that one, Joe? Where the hell did that come from then?
Women's rights. I don't know.
Eric, what
I don't think
I'm
you guys
trying to
sent
figure out
that
what
to
you
me.
meant.
Reiterate for us, Eric, please, sir.
Let's see. Maybe Reb sent it. Reb sent some interesting between Mama Helen and Reb and a few other people. I
Yes.
don't stop. You guys,
Golders,
oh, here it
yes.
is. Yeah. All right, Joe, I'm going to send it to you because obviously I'm having trouble. So we work around it, right?
Yeah.
Who sent it to you?
I'm not sure. Maybe Cheryl? Oh, I sent it to Megafunk. Joe, share it in Megafunk, please. Joseph,
Share from Magafunk.
share and go into Megafunk and you'll see it. I want people to listen to this one. Do you have the sound
This
on
guy?
now? Yeah, that's it. Women's Lib. Serious. Just cancel it. There
with
you go.
men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he
You can leave it on this.
started to laugh. He said, "You're an idiot." And I said, "Why am I an idiot?" He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded Women's Lib. And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. And you want to know why? He said there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before Women's Lib. And the second reason was now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up the family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for Women's Lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were
Women
coming
still
from when
do.
they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble venture.
Crazy, huh?
It froze?
No, that was there.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It
That's
stopped.
all. That was
Really?
there. Yeah.
Maybe I heard a longer version because that wasn't. All right, but still, do we understand that they created everything wrong?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They wanted women to work. They wanted women to vote because if women were able to vote, then they were able to go to work. So that's why voting came first. Because a lot of people don't realize
Mm-hmm.
that black men were able to become judges. They were able to vote in the late 1800s.
Yes, they
Women
were.
were not allowed to do this until
No, the
what, the 20s or
1900s.
30s, 19.
Yeah. Suffragettes or something like that. Remember?
So, you know, I'm not getting at anything there, am I? Am I trying to make a point there? It's bullshit, people. They've run all our lives. Doesn't matter if you're black,
They've lied
Chinese,
so
Puerto
much.
Rican. They have always been in control everywhere, every
Yep.
continent, every state. Oh, we have to go over the poles too. The
Yeah.
Antarctic and
Yeah.
the North Pole and all
Oh,
that.
yeah. And shift.
And we have the flat earther coming soon. We're gonna have Dana come on. See, I asked Dana a very important question because him and his friend apparently are doing a lot of research. So I stuck it out to him. I said, Dana, I
He
will
said
believe you
so.
a lot more if you show me any Q post or information, meme, video, comment that they made that the earth has ever been flat. Because, I'm watching these guys spacewalk and it looks fucking real to me. I was watching the rovers on Mars and they go on to say, Mars gets these clouds sometimes,
Right.
brilliant pink, orange clouds because it has a dense atmosphere. You could see it low on Mars. But on Earth, because we have, a bit like, I guess, a fuller atmosphere, it it would be very, very high up, these colors. They do happen on Earth, but the clouds would be very high up in our atmosphere. So I'm watching these guys spacewalk. It's very white, you know, there's lots of clouds and ocean water. And sure enough, on the very side, I see these brilliant pink and orange on top of these clouds in the atmosphere. Or what is that? What's the second layer?
Part of the atmosphere. The atmosphere,
No, there's another word I was thinking of, but I can't think of it right now.
stratosphere, maybe.
What?
The stratosphere,
The
maybe.
stratosphere.
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 Mhm.
It's 250 miles from us. That's not very, that's like 4-hour drive.
Mhm.
Now, it's funny because Patch used to say that how could the sun should be inside, the heat element should be inside to warm up. It doesn't make sense. Like you put something in the oven, right, to heat it up. So why isn't the sun like right on top of us? And I'm like, well, the sun is in its element in the fucking solar system.
Mhm.
Why does it have to be just Earth? No. There's a solar system out there. I saw this amateur astronomer looking at Jupiter. You could
Mhm.
tell it's round.
Right.
It's no fisheye that's gonna do that, people. There's no fisheye lens that's gonna make that fucking round. Fisheye is a fish eye. It would make it like ovalish. It doesn't make sense. So beautiful, guys. You should watch some of that stuff. And if you
Jupiter is
don't
a
feel like you belong to it, then you got a fucking problem. Because those rocks are here. Those rocks on Mars are here. They're in our bodies. All right? Calcium, right? H2O. They're finding it there.
yeah, it's there. Yeah. Definitely
It
remnants
will
of the
be,
water.
that will just be an interesting. I totally, after watching that, no, that looks too real. And not seeing the stars and everything, people are asking. Obviously, you can't see stars from what do they call those cameras? The Progos, GoPro cameras.
GoPros. Yeah,
Yeah,
GoPro.
the reason you can't see the stars is because the station itself is bright. If you go out onto your porch and it's lit, you can't see the stars. You have to go into the dark, right? That's why we don't,
Mhm.
like Joe said, he said this to me earlier this morning. You don't see the stars in the morning because the sun is too bright. Which makes me believe more that our moon is not a regular moon. It's not Stella. It's not a body. It's not star. It's fake. That thing is a satellite, but it's a fake satellite.
Mhm.
If you look at the moons on Mars and Jupiter and all, they don't look nothing like ours. Just saying. Just saying.
Pretty strange.
Mixed nuts. Who's mixed nuts? Do we have a new one? A
Oh, hi,
newbie?
Mixed Nuts. How are you?
Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for the comment on my Facebook today. I left a comment on somebody's Facebook.
Yep. Rich
That's
Rich
possible.
Marks. His name is Rich Marks. Hi, Rich Marks.
Hello, Mr. Marks.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It was
You
a
do
good
live
comment, I
once in
hope,
a while.
because I've been in a
Hey,
bad mood today.
why don't you come in on the 13th, Mr. Rich Marks? We're gonna do a live where everybody can come in and talk and say a thing or two.
You didn't
Love
get
to
to
have
read what
everybody.
the 13th, definitely 5 o'clock. Let's say 4 Eastern. I'll get on. Joe will be on, or at least I'll be on if Joe's busy. And I'll try to help you guys set up and become easily. You don't even have to listen. You could come on and not even say a word until you feel like it.
Right, right.
Nobody's going to pressure you. Nobody's going to ask you anything. Nobody's going to, when you feel like speaking, you'll speak.
Yeah.
You guys, you hear me.
Yeah, Mrs.
I
Loudmouth.
ain't shy.
Big
Let's
mouth.
put it
Who
that
knows?
way.
They
I
may
have
have
never been
Nope.
shy.
She is definitely not shy.
I just want
they
to.
could probably have a lot of input that we didn't think of.
Well, that's the whole reason I don't believe in one person's input. I
Mm-mm,
never did.
mm-mm.
I could not learn if it
Bizarre.
wasn't for my father, my mother,
Mm,
my teachers, my friends.
yeah,
So what makes now any different?
right.
That's why I don't like these guys like Benny Johnson and Tim Pool and all these idiots. Oh, it's
Yeah.
all about what you say. Yeah, you're very smart, man, but you ain't as smart as 200 people together, you motherfuckers.
Mm,
You ain't. And you never will be.
mm-hmm.
People, look at ants. Look at bees. Look at what? Look at fucking nature. Look at the pride of lions. Do they work separately? No,
They actually
only
do not.
humanity.
No, they work
Because we ain't
together.
animals, right?
Mm-mm.
Bullshit. They took away our
We
our
actually work better
Merlin
together.
powers.
We actually work better together. We really do.
And when
Two
one of
heads
the
are better
arms
than one.
breaks, we either
Three
fix
is
it or
even
we get
better.
rid of it.
Yeah.
There was this kid. Okay, so I wanted to go over one other thing. We're up to almost 100 votes. It's 96 votes for Elon,
Yeah.
and 98% think Elon's mega. Only
Nope,
2% think Elon's sinister.
nope,
He's a
I did,
sinister
nope.
I
man.
did that for you, Mama. Well,
Elon Musk. Hmm.
I
Interesting
know.
man.
See, this is the difference between me and Mama. There's nothing wrong with it. I know the real Elon's no longer here. His mother was absolutely Illuminati, which
Mm.
means it went down to him. He was a little too old not to be. Plus, I've heard things from his babysitter, and I've watched videos about
Yeah.
he was bad. What I do believe now is that it's an actor or somebody else. Never mind, you see him with his 12
Actor or
kids.
not, I still don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Sorry.
But
And
if
it's
he's
gonna come out. It's gonna come out. And hopefully I'm proven wrong. But the way I feel right now, uh-uh.
But if he is an actor, yeah, I know. He gives off that's what I feel about JD Vance. A lot of people like him. I don't care for him.
Who
I don't
is, by
either.
the way, missing in action? Nobody has seen him. Have you heard
I know.
that?
Because
Gee.
he's done what he's supposed to do, confuse the fuck out of us.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows where he's been. He was supposed to go to France or somewhere with Trump, and he
Yep.
never went.
Nowhere around.
I
He
don't
just like
trust guys
fell
that
off
wear
the
makeup.
hey, he fell off the flat earth.
Exactly. Thank you, Carol.
Good going, mama. Listen, just because we're
Down
mega
the
doesn't
edge.
mean that we have to agree on everything. It doesn't mean that everybody that Trump picks is awesome because everybody I know hates Johnson.
That's right. Exactly. Thank
I
you.
don't know anybody.
Me.
People right away are just like, "Oh, we love him because
No,
Trump."
I think
Oh, don't
Johnson
you
is part of
understand?
the
Trump is trying
swamp
to
to me.
teach you.
Mm-hmm.
what
Mhm.
I think is Trump backed Johnson only for the fact because they were supposed to do the new Speaker of the House before the 6th
Right.
or by the 6th.
It's
So,
Monday. It's Monday.
yeah, that's right. So I
Right.
think the only reason why he did that was to put pressure on the demon rats
Okay, so Johnson is a
Maybe.
rhino.
because nobody
Yes.
wanted Johnson in there. And you're
Right.
going
The
to
You're right.
tell me
Democrats want him
because
in there.
Trump backed him,
Mm-hmm.
because the Democrats backed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
why
And
he
I
wanted
told
their
you my
bill to
thoughts
pass.
on that.
that's why
I gave
MPG.
you I gave you my thoughts on that one too. That the only reason why they were backing Johnson is because he's like Gumby. He's very manipulated. You know, he's
Right.
easy to manipulate.
Right.
The other guy that was going to take his place sounds like he's got a head on his shoulders.
Massey.
Ain't going to
I
take
called him
no
years ago.
fucking
I thought
bullshit.
he is fucking great.
Who?
Mr. Massey. You know what a Massey is?
Oh,
You know, I used to play a lot of pool. I was captain of my pool league for a long time. So when you do a Massey, it's spelt the same way, I believe, too. It's like when it's a trick shot, right? You put English on the ball, meaning you make the ball go. I know you guys in Australia and stuff, you play snooker, but you'll understand it's the same shit, right? So you put a little English on it, meaning it will go down and right. You know, it does that curve.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a ball in the middle, a massé, it's going straight for that ball, but then goes around it. That's a massé. Or you could jump over it. I think that's considered a massé. It's pull shots. I don't know. It must mean something. I'm gonna guess it's French, so it must mean something in like to get out of the way or something. You know, who knows? But I can't. But that's cool. Wow. We should look up his name because there are no coincidences, are there? It's fantastic. I don't know. I think yeah, I think Johnson was left in there for the Democrats, but the Republicans had to vote on him, as MTG put it, to get all those stupid names off, all the he, she's, and they
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah, yeah.
change mother-in-law, father-in-law. You couldn't say these things. You can't say stepmom. They had it. She was so pissed, MTG, that she went on and made a great video about all this.
She did. Yes, she
And then
did. She did. She made him
you
change
saw
the. Yeah, she made him change the wordage.
yeah, back to the regular, well, not just her, but she said she wouldn't sign even for the Republicans. No, good girl. Fuck that noise. Nobody controls us. They don't
That's right.
control us no more. And Johnson, I don't know what he is. I don't think he's
Wow.
they have something on him, or
He's
he's
swamp.
an actor too.
Yeah.
No, Johnson is, like I said, Gumby. You could pose him any way you want, and he's going to go for it because the guy does flip flop a lot, which made me not like him. I liked him in the very beginning when he first had, because he had some good ideas and he looked like he knew what the fuck he was talking about. But then all of a sudden,
Too sharp.
he started flopping around like a fish that you just pulled out of the water and threw on the
That's
boat
why
on
I
the
think
floor.
they have something on him.
Right.
So,
They can't get nothing on this other guy. And
right.
he wouldn't stand for that shit. He'd fucking tell you, eat shit and bark at the moon.
But Trump yet said Johnson. Why?
I know.
Because he wanted a smooth, let's put it this way. If they didn't pick a Speaker of the House, Trump wouldn't be able to be inaugurated on the 20th.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That has absolutely nothing to do with the. It doesn't matter if there's a speaker. It doesn't matter if the government was shut down. Nothing matters. Trump will still be inaugurated. I don't know why people are getting that. I've heard that from other people other than you, Mama Helen. That is absolutely a lie.
That's not true. Yeah, that's not
It
true.
doesn't matter what happens. Trump
He will be
is going
inaugurated.
to be president on the 20th of this month
She's a good girl.
at 12 p.m. There's nothing that can stop it. There's no distraction. Unless he actually dies himself, there's nothing, God help us know, there's nothing that's going to happen. There's nothing that can stop it. I don't know why, Mama, but I heard that from a couple of people, and it's just not true. Now, I usually say, like, if you want to go back to the amendments, it is in the 12th Amendment, but it doesn't matter. It's constitutionally correct. The man was inaugurated. The man has been elected. There's a reason why we elect in November and we have to wait months until they become president. You tell me why, people. Tell me why you think that is. Tell me why they have the 25th Amendment as part of our Constitution. Tell me why. It's for them, not for us, right? It's all for them. It's safeguards for them.
Them. Everything for them. Nothing for us. Everything for them.
That's right. My last thing, I don't think, Joe, you read this yet. It's under the Elon Musk image poll. Frank DeMarco, sorry for calling you out here, kid. You guys are all fucking nuts. Everybody sounds like school kids. Adults apparently play childhood games. If you like me to check the box, yes or no, what is everybody's freaking 12? After talking with him, he says, damn, I want to be your friend. And I bitched him out. I said, what do you have, a small prick or so? I don't know what I said, but I did say something. I really did. You want me to read it? I did. I was not kind. As a child, I played chess. As an adult, you have a little prick. It's a question maybe too difficult for you to comprehend, but there it is. Like, answer the question. All it was is, do you think Elon Musk is mega or not? That's all it was. And then he was like, I'm not I don't like the Republicans. I don't like Democrats either. I'm like, good. I'm neither. Then
Me
he was
either.
calling me man. I'm a woman. Like, this guy got it wrong from the beginning. Then he ends up telling me that he's not even from our country. So, like,
Well, there's your
wants to be
first
my
strike
friend.
against you, you fucking dickwad.
I love people. But listen, I have no
Except for me.
problems. You want to complain and bitch? I am the bitchiest bitch ever. I can bitch to anybody. Poor Joe gets 2 or 3 hours of me bitching a day. So if I didn't vent, I would never be able to do half the shit that I'm able to do in real life, right? So if that was the case, Frank DeMarco or whatever the hell, yeah, DeMarco, if that's the case, you can bitch to me all you want, sweetheart. But this is life. We only have one of them, and you best be friends with people. That's the way to do it, right? See, Joe and I are friends for so long, he can accept my bitching. I accept his bitching. It's just that's life, right? I'll accept any of your bitchings.
Come
Okay.
on, bitches.
Come on, bitches now. Come on, bitches now.
Come on, bring
Well,
it
that's
on,
why
bitch.
I call you face crack husband and wife.
Are we done? We've been on for quite a bit.
Yeah, we have been on for a while. Been fun.
And
It's
you're
been
tired,
fun.
Joe. I know you're tired.
Oh, of course I'm tired. I've been up for a while.
Exactly,
You
Eric.
know
Eric
that.
says, yes, President
Yeah,
Donald
well, you
Trump
can
will be
sleep
in
tomorrow,
office.
Joe,
Yes.
unless Carolyn decides to message you at 6 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning, like I get.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Joseph Rogers agrees with you. He thinks Elon is sinister.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's why it's in the Constitution on those dates, says Alan. Yeah. I heard it was because it took months for all the
That's right.
representatives and senators to get to Washington, D.C.,
That's right.
is why the election is in November. Yes, that's right. Um, you had one representative from each town in a
Mhm.
horse and buggy, right? It would take them days to get, or even weeks to travel to certain areas for meetings and stuff. Now we have
Well, those
computers.
fuckers are on fucking vacation all the time. What are you talking about?
That's no lie, guys. When I worked in Albany, Monday through Wednesday was working. That was it. You'd be lucky if the assemblymen, the senators, or anybody else stayed till Friday, unless there was something to vote on in the House. No joke. It's such a fucking joke. It is a
It
joke.
is. It is a joke. And they want more money.
Yeah.
$6,000,
They
what,
want more
$6,000 a
money.
year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want a
They
raise.
give
They want a
themselves
pay
a raise.
raise. They want a pay raise. For
Okay, do
what?
you want
Ripping
more
us off?
bones?
Yeah.
The fuck out of
I'll
You
here.
tell
get a
Hawkeye to give me his paw
$6,000 a
and he
year
can get
pay
more
raise?
buns.
Right, exactly. I agree.
Idiots. What idiots? All right, I think we're
Welcome.
done, are we? I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't even go through half the conspiracies because we just brought up other shit that led on to other conspiracies. I have so many to go through, but I guess we're gonna have to do it another day. All right, Monday,
13th.
the 13th,
Don't
4
forget.
p.m. Eastern. I will be on Zoom.
Don't forget.
Oh, wait, how do we tell them? Like they would have to be in Messenger.
Right.
You know what? I'll put up the number. I'll open it early. We'll open it really early and we'll open it at a different number. And I'll
Yeah.
put it up in the community
There you
like hours earlier. So Joe, Monday the 13th, don't open it up with our number. Only because we don't know who's gonna come in. We don't know other
Correct.
people might
Gotcha.
stop on the community page, see something and be like, oh, let me try this.
Yeah.
And then they have our number for the rest of no, can't do that. We've had our number for like 7 years. I'm not giving it up now.
Yeah.
6 years almost.
A
I think
long
it's
time. No, a long. Well, yeah, 6.
Yeah.
6.
So
7. I've known you 7.
you've known me since 2017 and it's 2025.
Not that long. Yeah.
I know. It's going on 8 years. There's only like 2 or 3 people that I'm still friends with since I moved here about over 9 years ago. They make the world go round too. I love my friends. Love you guys.
Peace out.
We'll tell you again about the 13th the next time Joe and I come on. Okay, which will probably be tomorrow. Maybe we could have a practice tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we done? Mama, you say goodbye. Okay.
Good night, everybody. Love you. Glad you were here.
Yeah,
Good
thanks
night,
for all the
everybody.
input. I can't wait to hear your voices live with us. That would be fantastic. That's all I ever wanted. Always. All right. Love you guys. Take care.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.